This pretty good coverage is brought to you by Power Grip, the official retail partner of the European Pro Tour.
Hello and welcome back to coverage of the second stop of the European Pro Tour Belgian Open. Here in Braine-l'Alleud, we have round 1 back 9 feature card coverage, and the course is set as these players are poised for a very strong back 9. You can see already in the front 9 Kristian Kuoksa leading at 5 under and a series of players tied at 4 under. Super excited to see how this goes. I'm Connor Wood, and with me, Tomi Tikko.
So nice to be. Surprise, surprise. It's me and Connor, best team ever to do this show. How I can say. A little fist pumping, brother. Let's move on.
As we break out from the woods and return to the open fairways, you see here hole 10. A par 4, 175 meters. The river on the left and the stakes on the right mark OB with a hazard zone behind these red flags. The fairway takes a bend to the left about 150 meters up, where players will find a slightly sloped green that they can try to slide up into with rough just behind it and OB to the left. A tricky hole, but definitely one that players with good distance can birdie or even find a long look at eagle for.
Ooh, I would love to see that. Well, we have some big-handed guys here, like this guy over here, throwing his force, I believe, and it's looking...
He's flexing it out. Oh, and he jumps the flag and makes the hazard. That is all of 150 to clear that. As he makes it just to the corner, he will have a long look at eagle to the basket just outside circle 2. A crazy aggressive line from Max, and Kristian showing the much more traditional hyzer and then likely a second hyzer.
No need to be aggressive here. First day, just be sure you're in the mix. Ooh, what a flex shot.
Said something about aggressive?
Did I? What? This is aggressive shot from Elias Luukkonen, almost making OB long. What?
That is a crazy aggressive shot as he goes super flippy on hyzer up to the left, gets a full flight. Morten also going for that long hyzer. The really important thing there is to give it enough height to make sure you fade back in bounds.
And even more, if you're pushing more right, like you're pushing OB, but then you actually opening your second shot more, so you really want to be more right than left on this specific hole, because from here, Brenna can see the pin, just throwing second hyzer, and you're looking for birdie.
Very smooth approach. We see Kristian here slightly more pinched off, blind to the basket. He'll need some sort of skip or hyzer fade. He finds the first, and he is right up there outside bullseye for his birdie as well. I think you only really need about 100 to 120 off the tee to be in a good spot. We see Max here just passing the hazard for eagle.
Oh.
Lays it up and takes a safe 3. Very well played. And a small note, the day before this round I had a practice round with Maxime where he assured me he's going over the hazard tomorrow. And he did it. Great to see it come full circle.
Respect for that. I believe Elias is pitching his second and he's looking for birdie here as well. I think we're starting with our back 9 with star frame. Did I say it too early? What do you think, mate?
I think they got this. I believe in them.
Elias Luukkonen looking for... Thank you. Yes, thank you. Little chain, brother. Ah, Elias didn't chain it. Man.
You did it for them. In spirit. It's done. And you move on to one of the shorter par 3s here. Hole 11, 85 meters, but slightly uphill. The distance and shape is not the most important thing, but the height control. You need to make sure you don't ground your disc too early going up the hill, but keep it low enough to fight under this canopy. As you enter the tree line, you only need 5 to 10 meters after the trees to be absolutely parked. You want to pierce it with a straight shot or a soft hyzer.
You can't get through if you are above the branches, you can't get. There's too tight. I tried them like 3 times. No on the disc is going through. So you have to do this hyzer shot from right. Oh, did he hit his leg? I don't know.
I believe that's actually his father, Jean-Louis. I don't know if it hit him. I believe he jumped out of the way, but I'm sure he is on the ball, making sure not to obstruct any throws. Kristian with the hyzer release, not quite flipping it up, and he will be just outside the circle, it looks, with an obstructed birdie putt.
And Elias coming with his putter, looking really good. He's doing the straight shot, and exactly. You just have to hit your disc just after grass, so you can slide it to the pin, and Elias made it really good.
Morten also playing the more traditional hyzer, doesn't quite skip to the left. He'll find himself with a just inside the circle birdie look. And this is another hole that, on this course, there's a lot of them that you can really pick your shot and your shape and what you're comfortable with from that 80 to 100 meter distance.
Even sidearm, but no in this group.
Kuoksa from just outside. He finds it, as he is just on a tear right now.
Kristian!
7 under through 11. Super hot start from our leader there.
One more time, this is my teammate. And Maxime, little too high. He was about 10 meters, I believe. So, little hard putt from there.
Morten from slightly closer. Very nicely centered. Hits the pole and drops in. And he's putting together a nice round as well, sitting at 4 under now. I would say the back 9 more scoreable than the front 9, so really where we might see some players take off.
As you can see, we're starting our back 9 birdie, 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 birdie. Only Maxime missed his putt from the circle even. Like he got Luke, but just missed. But you know.
I think a strange roll off the route for him. He had an unfortunate counter skip that most of the time I think goes left towards the basket. We move on to hole 12, par 4, 157 meters. This fairway is slightly downhill. Very, very narrow tunnel. This drone might make it look big, but you want about 110 meters to this corner where it begins to bend 90 degrees to the left. Once you do that, you have a straight shot on another slanted fairway with a very quick green that you need to control your power and approach angles to make sure you slide up. The common theme here on this course is these fast greens that really demand precision on the approach.
And if you watched last year competition from the same course, this is much harder. Specifically this hole is actually, T was maybe 20 meters closer, double mando and everything like that, but now it's like way longer to the shot because it's really tight to get. As you see, Kuoksa a little turn it over, and hopefully, I don't know.
This is another one of these wooded par 4s that you simply want to survive. Getting out of here with a 4 feels totally fine. The 3 is quite rare, demanding 2 super precise shots. As Morten calls for it to flip, he finds the left side trees but sits down nicely in the fairway. If you kick left, it can be huge trouble here.
After hole 12, the course is starting, like it's getting easier than after hole 12, yeah.
You take a breath on 13. You have a sigh of relief after ending this hole, for sure.
Exactly, so this is the last hole you want to beat with the par. I would say par would be really good score in this hole. As we see, Morten was stretching his second shot for to the sweet spot.
Kristian on the right side of the fairway opens up the gap for him a little bit on the second, but with an unfortunate cut roll, he will find himself back in the rough scrambling.
Here I don't even see who is throwing. I believe it's Elias trying to some tomahawk through the trees. And now Maxime from the knee, sidearm. Inside gap. Yeah, that's just a layup shot to the sweet.
From there, I think a long jump putt, slide up there, no stress at all. If you're there in 2 shots, you're okay.
Taking 4, you're happy. Taking 3, you're extremely happy. But 5, it's okay. Hitting little trees, little trouble.
Out of the bushes, I believe Kuoksa straddling an Anheuser forehand way out there. The rough keeps him quite far from the basket. That may be trouble.
Elias switched his hat. Did you mention it?
He went dark mode.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh! What a bit from Maxime Tanghe. Little cage. Little low,
Wow.
but wow.
Kristian off the top. Aggressive run there from Max. Really confident. A soft flex putt.
Guys are getting crazy. This first day, guys, you just have to... You know, wow. Okay, in this level, this guy know what to do. Maybe I don't, but maybe we had a little different game plan. A little unfortunate from the right. That's actually...
Strong side chains, 2nd or 3rd time for Elias that didn't connect. Oh.
Did you see that?
Off the tree.
Oh, what a trick shot. Can we... yeah, that was from the tree. Where's pretty good? Man, that was for slow-mo. I would love to see that in slow-mo.
That was pretty good. Great result for Kristian there, putting off the tree. I'm sure not intentional, but finds it anyway. You take the good breaks that you get on this course.
Those are the good trees I was talking about.
A new addition to the course this year, hole 13, par 3, 75 meters, a triple mando. This wooden construction, about 30 meters off the tee, leaving another 45 here to a sloping green. You need to control your height, try to hit the gap with some glide, and then settle it nice and soft as OB looms directly behind.
Beautiful. Beautiful hole out there. And this is the only hole where it's headwind all the time. You can't, maybe you can't even feel the wind on other hole, but this hole is bringing on always with headwind.
It's a great point, and Max shaping a glorious putter shot down the middle. That height and nose control, so good. Because as you mentioned, throwing into the headwind on this one to control the height perfectly, to go under the mando but get enough distance still, was really tricky.
If you are missing, little long from Kuoksa. I was saying, if you are missing Mando, you are about to look in drop zone about 40 meters.
From the Mando, yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say roughly 40. Soft downhill makes maybe plays like 30, but I think not really a putt you can have a good look at.
That's the only mistake you can actually make here, that you are throwing it over. And okay, that's not over. He's looking pretty easy. Second shot for the pin, I would say. Yeah, because it's downhill. I can't even jump at from here, and he's as well. Yeah, really nice jump at. Just outside bullseye. Yeah, maybe 4 and 5 meters. Looking for saving par.
Elias connecting a little early with the ground. Gives it a half bit, it looks like. Aggressive, but keeps it close within the circle. This is Kuoksa to save par from OB long, just outside the circle.
And connecting. Wow. This is the man I don't understand. I was playing with him practice round 2 days in a row. He didn't even get under the par. And now he is here shooting 600 after 13, making those putts. That was third one on the round. He's a different person, man.
Practice paying off. He's focused and determined. Unfortunately, Elias fires past the basket. We'll see Morten here for his par save. And a healthy putt. No doubt in that one.
I feel really bad for Elias. I think he's not finding his mood to get his round to keep going. He's just out of everything, I would say. He's looking for his bogey. Yeah. Well, I hope that this man is at that level that he can compete the feelings and just go through.
I've heard great things. I know he's a very wise young man, mature for his age, very smart, and I'm sure he knows how to handle mentally and physically not having the best round. It's something every good disc golfer needs to go through at some point, and I think he's well equipped. Hopefully he can bounce back. Maybe he'll flip that bucket hat out later on. We'll see if we bring some color out. As we move on to hole 14, another par 4, 176 meters, the drone just flew around the corner with the Mando. As you throw not to the basket on the left here, but behind and around the trees, you see this well-guarded green. A very tricky placement shot on the first, and then a second likely big hyzer over OB requires a good amount of touch on both shots. What would you say the sweet spot is in distance here going around this corner? Because OB long comes into play extremely quickly, but you can't come up too short or else you're pinched from the Mando.
One thing I can say, every perfect shot is going OB. It feels like that because the OB line is coming way too early, but Maxime showed how to do it. If you are finding your disc on the pad, like where Maxime shot is landed, I mean, you are looking for really, I would say, easy upshot to the pin.
He'll have a straight look, and Kuoksa also getting the good ground play on the path.
Just be nice and stop.
Two very solid shots that will provide good chances for birdie. I would say OB is probably 65, 70 meters in distance off the tee. Anything long of that, which many discs go, will find themselves in some trouble.
You try to hit ground early so you can get with sidearm like
you want some skips.
Yeah, really big skip to right. But these guys are making it look great.
They're placing them really nicely, ensuring that they have a straight upshot. Elias now will see if he can bounce back. 14 is one of the more birdieable holes here, as he gets a beautiful flare furthest of the bunch. He will have a very nice soft hyzer about 70 meters to the basket.
Wow, he landed his shot with the Mando. Wow, that's really well played from his. And more, little inside from Morten. Well, that's not bogey, but after really good throw, you are like watching for.
He'll want to capitalize on that.
Yeah, for birdie.
This is the more traditional approach, hanging over that OB fence, swings it back in. Maxime Tanghe absolutely parked for the 3.
After a rough stuff, Maxime actually is tied with the Kuoksa.
That's a great point. We haven't mentioned it, but the pace is set by these two men battling it out right now. After Kristian took the bogey on 12, they have been tied. Max with a very clean game so far.
Well, he's the local guy. He should know how to play this course. So, wow. Really easy approach shot from Elias.
Hopefully getting some words of wisdom there. Big shout out to the whole Tanghe family for creating what is going on here in Braine-l'Alleud. It's a beautiful course. Well constructed by Jean-Louis, the man himself. Very skilled carpenter, made a lot of the features here. Tee-pads, screens, the whole thing.
They change everything after a couple practice rounds. New tee-pads. Man, I love Tanghe family. They are doing so much work to me to you to enjoy the whole course. Really nice birdies from Kuoksa and from Elias, as well from this young gunner. Or is he old? How old he is?
I believe he is 27.
Oh,
He's a young man.
yeah. Well, we can say that. But looking at Elias, and I don't know how old is Brenna, but Kuoksa, he's kind of old for these guys. But he's competing and really nice.
He's your teammate. I won't say that. But
Maxime is my friend. He fully understands me.
I only say he's young because I'm the same age. So I like to hang on to the dream. We see here another par 4. Hole 15, 201 meters. You have OB to the bushes on the right, as well as the flags on the left from the previous hole's fairway. A really good shot will fight all the way up the fairway over this path to have a straight look at the basket. More likely players are going to end up hugging a little bit to that left side OB to have a nice open look to this well-guarded green, where you have OB just behind and some rough on the right and left. You want about a really good shot, 130 to 150 off the tee, down the middle, and then 50 up to the green. And the wind on this hole was one of the few that was changing throughout the day, so you really needed to be present about the stability of your disc and thoughtful, as we see Max with the box with a big flex. Fights just to that corner. He will have a short, straight look to the basket.
And the wind is actually real tricky. You can't count on wind here. It's like it's not pushing headwind, it's not tailwind, it's not from left to right or otherwise. It just you just have to throw and believe that this handle the rest. And even further than Maxime.
Looking really smooth,
Yeah.
very compact form, Kuoksa. Getting that well down there. Elias shaping much more here with an understable disc. As he goes high and wide, turns it over a touch to inside. He will be scrambling through that first corner.
There's a gaps, but there's really tight. Okay, the only mistake you can do here is throwing OB. Otherwise, you're safe. You're even whereas Morten, you can birdie from here.
You can, but it's much harder. He has to go super turnover in the sky or a big spike hyzer forehand as he's totally pinched. He battles around the corner. That's a pretty good result from where he was. Oh, yeah, handsome face right there popping up. You liked that shot.
A little thumb up for Why you guys put me out there?
A little bit short on the approach. We'll see Max try to find this soft landing. And he does a little bit of ground play, but still well within the circle. OB is about 12 to 15 meters behind that basket on a downslope, so you do really need to control the distance. Elias cutting through the inside finds some branches. I think just outside circle 2. Oh, very well within circle 2, as he has a putt for birdie.
Oh, I think that's a little right. That's, yeah. No, well, I feel bad for him, but he's like getting back to it. This hole 15 is one of the holes you want the birdie. As Morten, you can see a little frustrating here because this is actually pretty easy, I would say, because this is open hole.
Kristian finds the putt and maintains pace, putting himself to 8 down for the round. This is Max to match.
Yes, sir, and he made it. Don't let Kuoksa get too far anymore.
Morten for a short par save. On the band. Looks like it
second bend, by
caught
the way.
the finger just a little bit. That's true. He's been on the short putts, firing them a little bit high. Very small adjustment, and he is finding the chains.
Oh, the bogey you're not looking for here for sure. But we still have 3 holes. 2 of them kind of easy-ish. So No worries. Alright, at from Zuka. This is really groovy. I like that one.
Stay groovy, folks. As we move on to hole 16, par 4, 171 meters. The tee shot comes from under these trees through the tunnel. About 100 meters up into this fairway, you have these guardian trees. Most players with the backhand will want to fire on the right side. You can play the left, and then you must find a way into this heavily guarded green. You have OB tight to the right on the white stakes, as well as OB to the left of the green with that river. You really need to control any skip or flare that you may get as you want to find your way up here. A very attackable hole, given that it's par 4 at this distance, and one that all these guys are going to want to get.
And knowing Kuoksa, he can actually go for eagle here.
I think this man as well, Max, is very capable of finding that distance, but with this low ceiling, we'll see how aggressive they get.
Looking great so
He
far.
fires straight through there. As he actually skips on that tiny walking path, what looked to be a perfect shot, well placed right down there, gets a very big skip and roll. Really unfortunate OB left there.
That's so unlucky.
Because that shot was otherwise great. As Kuoksa, those people were very close to the fairway. Good to have quick feet there.
That's good that he didn't hit anybody. And Elias, a little early, but he fights through. Whoa, he fights. He's looking for, yeah, that's not good. That's not bad.
You can birdie from there for sure.
Yeah,
that's absolutely a fine spot. See Morten now. Shaping, and Anheuser gets a nice finish there to the left.
Fights through the branches. He's every player except Tanghe with bad luck looking for execute second shot for birdie. Wide
opting, yeah, for that backhand route. It brings OB more into play, but that's a good result. Right in there, about 7 meters out for his birdie putt. Morten playing the forehand entrance to the green. Personally, this is my preference. Less trees in the way, but OB river on the left looms large. Very well placed from Morten there.
I like this hole. You can play it as many ways you can imagine. Oh. From the tree, kicked OB.
Oh. And currently tied for the lead with Maxime, who already went OB off the tee. The door was wide open for Kristian to take the solo lead as he gets an unfortunate kick. Max now, this is his second throw, but third stroke. Just trying to get close and save par. Nice shot.
Close enough for looking saving par. As we see here is Kuoksa from circle edge, maybe 8-9 meters. And he needed this because he's battling now for Tanghe, and he made it. Well played par. Whew. Okay. You know, we almost there. We almost at the end. I'm getting a little nervous. What's happening here?
Great putt from Elias there. Finds himself another birdie as he tries to battle back towards that even standing. Sitting at +2 with 2 to go. This is Max to save par.
Brother man. Oh, maybe he's getting a little nervous. We are about to getting end of this round.
And Morten with a very clean birdie, sneaking through all this drama with a great 3.
Yeah. And Maxime picked his bogey. He's not happy with it. with that, I would say.
That's a hole, one of the easier par 4s on the course. This, however, the hardest par 3, if not for hole 2. I would say they're both very difficult. This one requires big distance and great accuracy as you throw on this par 3 139 meters, hopefully, to this basket here. You have this late gap to hit, really difficult to get all the distance and control the fade and slide to turn up into this green. With such a late gap, hitting it reliably and then slowing it down is a great feat if you can do it. There's also OB long right behind the basket, so anything that comes in too hot will quickly find itself OB.
It is about to start hole 17 here. Going for wide on hyzer. We are looking... Oh, actually, I'm aiming for these trees. I'm trying to just crash these trees, and maybe I'm looking for like putting for 2, but that's actually a pretty good strategy. I think Elias did same.
If you can fight through, there are some sneaky gaps in those trees on the right. On the left is really where you find trouble as Morten is beginning to fade towards OB.
Oh no, and he found it.
This hole, I believe, all 3 days had a significant tailwind, which, while helping with the distance, often caused discs to fade out left early. Kristian looking to play to that right side tree line, as you mentioned.
He's about to crashing some out there. I hope, you just have to hope that you are finding yourself just a line between you and basket.
Max looking a really nice flex here, getting that Anheuser out of the hand, held the turn, now fading.
Just be nice, no way. Oh. No, and roll aways.
OB long. As he fires just past the green, another skip and roll. On 16 and 17, the ground play for Maxime unfavorable.
Morten about C2, low ceiling, anything on your way, branches.
Elias pitching out as well, simply out of there. We see Kuoksa, how much he wants this.
Hit little branches at the beginning, so didn't have the speed. Maxime, please, we need this.
To save par, to maintain his share of the lead card tomorrow.
Little left, but he's looking for... Oh, Elias picking par. Par from 2 and 17 is great.
Absolutely. This hole in round 1 averaging 3.5. Speaking to the OB and distance. Maxime finds strong side but comes out again from what looks like a great drive off the tee. Unfortunately finding a double bogey. Morten the single.
After OB, without look to the basket, it's everything you can expect.
And pars from Kristian and Elias. We go to the last hole of this beautiful Parc Bourdon layout. Hole 18, par 3, 103 meters. You need a long fighting hyzer or a straight shot into the gap. As you go very, very uphill, you have this green tucked right away behind this last corner on a super sloping hill. Best shots will land just at the bottom, funnel to the bottom of the hill, where you'll have an edge of circle putt up, and beware of the slope. Rollaways are very common if you cannot settle your putt in the heart of the chains.
Oh man, rollaways hit me so hard on this hole. Oh my goodness, I was putting from 5 meters, hit the cage, roll to 9, hit the cage, roll to 9, my goodness.
You can keep going on this one, so...
But
this,
then I made it.
Just like some of the other holes, this one's really about the putting. You know, I feel like many players will end up in that 10 to 15 meter range, 8 to 12. A strange reaction there off the trees for Elias. As he finds himself OB left. There is OB on the tree line, but if you throw about 100 meters up, it gets quite forgiving on the left side.
And they were so surprised when the spotter showed the red flag. They was like, what? What just happened? How? So that was really unfortunate for Elias.
This is Morten here. Comes up a little bit short, hyzering out, but that's where the fairway opens to the left. The OB line is bending there. He's just fine. We saw Kuoksa fire long. We'll see if Max can find the pure line now. This looks good.
This is the line you're searching for.
Wow, and he hits the bullseye, and you see he rolls down to the bottom, but that is a perfect shot.
Yeah, that's about 5 meters you're looking for your birdie. Well done from Maxime. Elias found, after OB his shot, yeah, just pitch out to circle. Looking for 7 bogey.
As we see what Kuoksa is left with from the bushes. We'll see if he chooses to give this one a run. You know he wanted that. I really like the Anheuser putt matching the hill slope to try and avoid the rollaway. Any hyzer putt for the right-handed player can really cause some trouble.
Good point out there. And there's the rollaways. Okay, the disc was on the favor side, so otherwise it would turn around and go even farther down. Elias found his bogey. Really great putt. Really great putt to end your day, but with
a tough round.
Yeah.
Coming off the win from last year, maybe high expectations of the young man, but good composure on some difficult results from him there, and I think we'll see him bounce back in rounds 2 and 3. This is Morten for his 3 as well. Yeah. Solid catch on that strong side. Sometimes that's not sticking, as you mentioned. That can be a 50-50, so good to find that grab.
Great way to end your round here. Even for a par, if you are not making to circle, par is okay here. And Maxime found his birdie on the last one. Well played. 6 under is really good. I think it was rated about 1,030.
I believe so, roughly. Really tricky course. Par rating was 985 in round 1, so under par, and you were pretty much at 1,000 rated round. 6 under, fantastic score there for Max. Kristian leading this feature card. We'll take a look at the standings at 8 under. That is a great score here.
How did you play?
Round 1 was a little bit tricky, but we got there. We got there.
Okay. Yeah. No need to think about
Very
it.
demanding course, but wow. We see a sole leader at 9 under par, Otto Mäkinen. 2 players tied in second, Teemu Talikainen and Kristian for 4th, Silver and Severi, and many players tied for 6th. Really intense battle here on a tricky course. That's 18 holes in the books, Tomi.
Looking for tomorrow, man. This is exciting. I love this.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure to tune into round 2, and we will see you there.
Bye-bye.